How is the command line interface used to install Linux? Imagine building a computer from scratch using only your keyboard. That's what working with the command line interface for installing Linux feels like. It's a powerful way to set up your system without relying on a graphical interface. When you start installing a Linux distribution, you usually boot from a USB drive or a DVD. This bootable media contains a live environment where you can interact with the system using commands. Once you boot into this environment, the command line becomes your main tool. You can use commands like fdisk or parted to create and organize partitions on your hard drive. This step is important because it prepares the space where Linux will live. After partitioning, you need to format these partitions, which means setting up the file system. The command mkfs is used for this, and you specify the type of file system like ext or others. Next, you mount these partitions, which means attaching them to specific directories so the system can access them. The command mount is used here, and you create mount points like for the root directory or boot for the boot files. Once the partitions are ready and mounted, you install the core Linux system. Different distributions have their own tools for this. For example, Debian-based systems use debootstrap, while Arch Linux uses pacstrap. These commands download and install the essential packages needed to run Linux. After installing the base system, you need to configure important settings. This includes setting your time zone with commands like lane_sf to link the correct time zone files, and editing configuration files like locale.general to select your language and regional settings. Installing a bootloader is the next step, and this is done with commands like grub install. The bootloader is what allows your computer to start Linux when you turn it on. Finally, you set up user accounts with commands like useradd and configure network settings. You might also install additional software packages using the distribution's package manager, such as apt for Debian or yum for Red Hat-based systems. Using the command line for installation gives you complete control over every step, making it ideal for advanced users or those wanting to customize their system from the ground up. It might seem complex at first, but with practice, it becomes a quick and efficient way to get Linux up and running exactly how you want.